This is the Wrestling Replay. I am Kato, and today we are going to talk about the guys who I see as the next possible WWE or Universal Champions after Roman Reigns and after the injury to Seth Rollins. I don't know how serious that injury may be, but these are the guys that I see who can possibly be the ones to, carry the torch going into 2024, 2025, all right? So if you haven't already, please like and subscribe. It really helps us out on the channel. It's free, costs you nothing, costs me everything. All right, now, easily number one, right? Cody Rhodes. He's already on the way to completing the story. He won the Royal Rumble last year. He had an opportunity, but failed to actually capture his goal and win that Universal Championship from Roman Reigns. But since Cody has returned to WWE, he's been on fire. Actually, this is the only feud that Cody has actually lost, and he came out on top against Seth Rollins. He came on top against Brock Lesnar. Roman is the only person he has not been able to take down yet. But luckily, there is another path. He can go and defeat Seth Rollins. Depending on what happens with Steph and that injury in that championship and who wins the Royal Rumble and who they pick and decide to fight, maybe Cody will have a lane there to finally fulfill that dream. I also see someone like Gunther, someone who has been dominating NXT, had a nice long run as NXT champion, came to the main roster, a little shaky on SmackDown, got to Monday Night Raw, grabbed the Intercontinental Championship, and he has now have a record-breaking run himself. So I can see Gunther as someone who's going to possibly step up and up his game a notch and go for that Universal Championship or that WWE Championship and take that for a nice long run. We also got LA Knight. The fans love LA Knight. Yeah, this guy has won everyone over. This guy looked like he was on the brink of trying to find his identity on SmackDown as Max Dupree, finally coming out with this LA Knight gimmick, and it was the one. It's a hit to the point that fans want him to be your Universal Champion. They want him to defeat Roman Reigns. He will have his opportunity to do so at the Royal Rumble. Will that happen? I doubt it, to be honest. Only because I see that Bloodline storyline continuing a little bit further, especially now with The Rock being in the picture. All right. We got Jey Uso, speaking of the Bloodline, someone who's had his crack at being the Universal Champion himself, but now being on Monday Night Raw, much like Cody Rhodes, he can now go after Seth Rollins or whoever is going to be holding that WWE Championship. Jey Uso has won over her crowd himself. Jey Uso has now become a legit main eventer, so I think you can put him in that spotlight. So I want to see how he reacts to winning his first singles championship. I think he'll be the guy to dethrone Gunner for the IC title, especially seeing how him and the New Day interacted backstage after they had that match with Imperium, seeing how Imperium, and New Day has been going at it back and forth. Without Big E being around, they kind of need that third person to come and help them out, and who better than Jey Uso, someone who has mutual respect for the New Day. So maybe him and Gunther go at it one-on-one, and he wins that IC title on his way to becoming a Universal Champion or a WWE Champion himself. Someone else who might be a little shocker, a little dark horse in the race right now, I think is Shinsuke. I think Shinsuke can actually have a nice little run, maybe a little 3-4 month run. I like this version of Shinsuke Nakamura that we're getting. This is the version that I feel like everyone wanted anyway all along, and I feel like this has a lot to do with Triple H now being in charge and kind of letting more of the creativity, the creative side of Shinsuke, and really catering to what Shinsuke do best. So he may have an opportunity to hold that championship in 2024, 2025. I like Karrion Kross. Now with him being aligned with AOP, who can really stop that trio right now? To be honest, they came in and they dominated the Street Profits. They dominated Bobby Lashley. I don't know where that would lead to Karrion Kross, because I don't see him even taking on someone like Roman Reigns. And it's kind of weird that you have a group like the Final Testament who, looks like a more dominant Judgment Day, to be honest, just without the Rhea Ripley effect, on the same brand as you have the Bloodline, who is, the guys running the show. Now, I don't know if Jay and Solo and Roman can take on the Final Testament, but we'll see. But Karrion Kross is someone else, so I got my eye on next year. Well, this year and next year to possibly get a nice little single title run. And then, of course, we got to talk about Braun Breaker. No, he's not in SmackDown or Monday Night Raw yet, but he could be one of those dark horses who pop up at the Royal Rumble, and he's believable to win the Royal Rumble. And to be honest, a lot of people wanted to see him on the main roster last year, but he's doing such a great job at NXT. I like what he's doing right now with Baron Corbin, so maybe they keep him at NXT for a little bit longer. It's not that it's too small for him, but he's doing such great work there and is bringing eyes to that product. Why take it away right now, right? It's no need to bring him up. It's not like you're struggling or searching for people in need to help any certain division. Every division right now, from the U.S. Championship all the way up to the Universal Championship, it's pretty stacked with superstars. So I can see him slow rolling Braun Breaker, but I can also see him in 2025, going on to win the Royal Rumble. I can see him going on to win a championship at some point. He's definitely a superstar in the making, so I got to keep my eye on him. And last but not least, right, the man who holds the money in the bank briefcase, Damian Priest. You cannot overlook Damian Priest. He has a faction behind him. He has the women's champion behind him, one of the women's champions behind him, I should say. And honestly, he's been looking better than he ever has in the WWE. He looks much more comfortable inside the ring. He's dominating this role, much like Rhea Ripley is dominating her role. I like the addition to the Judgment Day now being a 4-man faction, 1 woman. It just opens so many more doors. Now he can drop that tag team title, but still keep the tag team titles inside the Judgment Day. You know what I'm saying? So that's something that could possibly happen. And to be honest, if they have a stipulation like, hey, whoever wins the Royal Rumble, if you opt to go after the WWE champion, you're automatically the WWE champion right now, or you're the interim WWE champion right now, and have Damian Priest come and cash in on them right after the Royal Rumble and win the championship that way. Seth Rollins says he will be ready by WrestleMania. I hope he's ready by WrestleMania, but if he isn't, hey, maybe this is one of the routes we can go. Or maybe he goes into WrestleMania hobbled, not 100%, and he takes on whatever challenger he has to take on. And after he retains, you have Damian Priest come in, and he takes advantage of that injury, and he catch in, and he becomes the WWE champion. So I think Damian Priest might actually have the best road to becoming a champion first out of everyone on this list. I think Cody has a feud with CM Punk that's going to possibly take place. I think Gunther first have to drop that Intercon title, and I'll think it'll be to Jey Uso. I think Cross has a situation with Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits that they need to handle. Braun Breaker, he's still on NXT doing great work there. No need to rush that. LA Knight, he's ready to get an opportunity, and I think LA Knight is going to eventually be our United States champion. And I could see him and AJ Styles getting into a feud. So we'll probably slow roll that a little bit. And Shinsuke, he has opportunity. So if The Rock goes on to win the Royal Rumble, like I believe, Shinsuke go on to face Seth Rollins in WrestleMania. Does everything possible. Still loses. Damian Priest cash in. Pretty much ran through the whole list right there, right? So we'll have to see and keep our eyes on what happened in 2024, 2025. But my prediction for the next WWE champion or the next person to become a champion is put my money on Damian Priest cashing in that Money in the Bank briefcase, man. All right, I'm Kato. I'm signing out. Peace.